Hello everyone, welcome to Papa Bear again. Again, thank you very much for taking the time to be part of this conversation and listen in and participate in whatever way you do. Some time ago, we had another shoot with another video about fatherhood, and I had a guest on who is back again for this video. And just for the sake of those who didn't see the other video, which you should watch if you're watching this one for the first time, watch the other one. But I'll ask him to introduce himself for the sake of this video.
I'm Hillary Lisimba, a father to one that I know.
There might be others.
You know, in Africa, you only know your kids after you're dead.
The ones you've been notified about.
Yeah, that's when you find there's so many little kids who look like you.
Yeah.
So I'm a father to one.
Okay.
Then I'm a husband. I'm an author, a columnist,
Yeah.
and a video producer.
Oh, a lot of hats.
Yeah, so many hats.
It's good. It's good. So thanks for being on this and talking about your journey so far. We were having a conversation, and by the way, Hillary is on social media, so I know he's like an internet celeb. He doesn't like to think of it that way, but he's actually he has an engaged talk where he's talked about his fatherhood journey. He's on Facebook, your Facebook page by the same name, Hillary Lisimba.
With a double L.
The double L.
Yeah.
Hillary. The Hillary is double L. So Hillary double L.
Single L is the feminine version.
Oh, really? That's the difference. Oh, I didn't know that.
Now you know.
Now I know. I've learned something new. So we can end the video now. No. So I mean, he's doing quite a bit of work writing. He has a column he does on Tuesdays in the Nation called Diaries. So he's quite accomplished as a writer. He's even written a book. I think you've written a book as well. Yeah. So
And I review books as well.
yes. So I'm guessing people can reach out to you if they have a book they want you to review, or
Yeah.
their book that they want you to review for them.
Yeah, even to help someone write and
Yeah.
just publish it. Because you see, we have so many books and people that they never get published.
Yeah.
Everybody can write a book. It's just that everybody has a story.
Yeah.
Just that some are good at writing and others are not good at the same.
Yeah.
But even you have a book somewhere you can write in your mind.
I like what you said, that everybody has a book. There's a book in everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah. So please reach out to him. I mean, if you're thinking about something, you have a concept, please feel free to reach out to him. But I want to talk to you specifically about your father. I mean, we spoke just briefly a short while ago about your father, who unfortunately is deceased right now. But you've had a very interesting relationship with him over the years. Well, what has that been like?
Okay, for so many years, he worked in Nairobi and we lived in the village. So he would come on Friday night, then go back on Sunday night. Because of him working away, we kind of developed a gap because we were not seeing him that much. But I think the other thing was he was such a traditional father that he always knew you are supposed to see him there and the kid, you know, the father and the kid. So we hardly ever really got time to just sit up with him for so many years.
Yeah.
And try to understand what does he like, what's his favorite color, when is even his birthday. You know, kids always remember their mom's birthday.
Yeah.
But the dads, most kids do not know their dad's birthday. So those are things I came to learn now in the final 4 or 5 years of his life.
Yeah.
Like when we now began opening up to each other, then I learned there's so much that this guy has that I wish I knew, and I wish I got close to him in over 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's our light things. Yeah, there's a lot of technical things we do when we're shooting. So you got close to him like towards the end of his life. Are there things you feel he could have done differently or taught you or helped you in any way? Is there something, if it was up to you, would you go back and change anything about how he raised you?
Yeah, I wish, but I don't blame him.
Yeah.
He was a dad of that generation.
Yes.
I wish he was a bit more close to us. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot we would have exchanged that now we were trying to catch up. Yeah, later on.
Yeah.
But there was a lot. There's a lot we didn't share together when we were growing up.
Yeah. You told me that you came to discover that he was actually a kind of a comedian. I mean, these guys would crack jokes and laugh, and you had no idea all those years.
Yeah. Because when he would come home, mostly it would be his friends coming over to visit him. Then they are given tea under a tree, then they sit there and chat, and we are just watching from the side. You get,
You're never involved in those
yeah,
conversations.
you don't really go near.
Yeah.
So I wish it had been different in that he even says, come, sit here. Then you know you sit with those eyes and you just share stuff. I think it would have made me different.
Yeah.
But I again, I think it made me better because then I realized the mistake he made. And I learned from that mistake and discovered that this one was actually the wrong approach. So I will take a different approach from what he did. And that's what I did.
And that's what you're doing. So are you? How are you doing it differently with your son? Are there things that you're deliberate with your son about because of your experience with your dad?
So much. First, he's more of my friend, my son. He's 5 years, but we are like two boys.
Boys.
So,
Yeah.
The broccoli, you know, I'm waiting stealing broccoli.
The good stuff, I hope.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm bringing about jet now.
It's important.
So I'm trying to just make him be close to my dad, to me, whereby if something happens, he can come tell me that, by the way, Dad, what do you think about
this? Yeah.
Without him thinking, wow, what will my dad think about me if I yes. So I'm trying to change that so that the day he gets his first girlfriend, I should be the first man he'll come talk to. Like, Dad, whether I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Then I'll tell him, okay, she's not bad, or she.
Yeah. This is what you need to do. This is how you cut and these are boxing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Because I mean, your dad, unfortunately, well, for whatever reason, he didn't do that for you.
Yeah. But I always said I don't blame him because that is how most men of that generation were raised. Yeah. So it's okay.
Yeah. So you would encourage men to be more deliberate about how they, to be deliberate about the things that they learn from their fathers that they pass on to their sons.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're like him in any way?
Like my father? Yeah, there are bits and pieces that I'm like him, but then the bigger portion has been picked from the world. Yeah. Because you see what happens if you do not have a man very close to you when you are growing up, when you're in that age where your hormones are raging and everything, you tend to look for people who you can ask questions, you can explore things with. So sometimes I'm even told I'm Luya, but you'll find most people think I'm Luo because
I met that you're Luo actually.
I'm Luya, like proper Luya. Mom is a Luya, dad is a Luya.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I spend so much time with Luos that there's so much about the way they handle, even the way they always say, Luo men do this. I find I borrowed so much.
You're a typical Luo man.
Yeah. Like I borrowed so much from them.
Yeah,
that's in me now.
Okay. So then, I mean, you'd expect your son to go through that as well. I mean, there's so much you can do as a father and be deliberate about it based on your experience with your own father. But a lot of it he's going to learn on his own anyway.
No, what you should do is set the foundation, then now let him build up on that foundation. Yeah. Do not let someone else set the foundation, then you try to plug in. Be the first to introduce these things. For instance, he recently came and asked me, what is the name of this thing guys used to susu?
I hope you were not driving at the time.
You see, the thing is, it's called a penis. You get, that's the biological, that's the most reasonable name you can use anywhere.
That's what it is.
But if he went out there, he's probably being told other words.
Some funny words.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let him know this word from the father,
so
that when he uses somewhere, it will not be a word that he says and people are like, hey, this kid,
yeah.
Because when it comes to me, I'll think about the public perception before I give an answer.
Yeah.
Somebody else doesn't really care. They just give the first name that comes.
The way it is.
Yeah.
And that's something we talked about even in our conversation earlier, that children tend to take the first point of reference, the first source of information as the point of reference. If they hear it from you first, then anybody else who tells them anything, they'll be comparing it with what you told what you told them. But if they hear it from somebody else, then even you, when you come and explain something to them, they'll be like, okay, but so and so told me something different.
Teacher said this. Like there's so many times we fight because teacher told him this, and I'm giving him. And you see, I'm an 844 kid. So even the way we pronounced letters is not the same way they pronounce.
True.
So sometimes he comes home and I'm trying to help him do an assignment, but I'm giving it from the background of 844.
Yeah.
Which is very different from CBC.
From what the learning now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I because he's telling me no, you are lying. Teacher said you get.
Yes.
So I don't want. With learning, it's okay. He's learning CBC, so let the teacher handle that bit.
Yeah.
But now aspects about life, I want them to be from me.
Yeah.
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 Let him not say a friend said this because I do not trust that friend.
You don't know who that friend is.
Yes.
Yeah. That's important. I think that's an important principle for parenting, that your source, you being the source of information, the primary or the initial source of information is critical, because then you play that reference point. I think it's important that because we know what our fathers were like, and we know maybe the mistakes they made, and we know the good things that we learned from them. It's important that we apply those lessons in a very deliberate way with our children. Yeah. So if there's something that you don't like about how you are raised, then you don't end up the same way. You don't do the same things that you know were not done right. You change. You do things differently. I think that's a principle that we can all learn. Yeah. We don't have much time, so I don't know if you have any parting shot about this whole father relationship and how it relates to your own fatherhood experience.
I've always used this example. I did not see my dad beat my mom even once. So he didn't have to tell me domestic violence is bad. He simply just did not
Practiced it.
Yes. So I would be insane to try that, because where would I have learned it from?
Yeah.
So basically, there are things that as a father just do.
Yeah.
Even if you do not say them,
Yeah.
just do. Your kid will observe, and that's what it is. Like, because of how my dad handled my